This is a match against my friend killerexeccute. His link will be in the description. This is a Fortune NU match. This is probably my favorite team that I've ever used, that I'm using right now. And he's leading with a Mr. Mime. I'm leading off with my Nido Queen. He's just going to go straight off for the offensive, go for the Psychic, not even bothering to trick me his Choice Scarf or Choice Specs, which kind of sucks for me because I don't get up any of my Stealth Rocks or any of my Toxic Spikes or really any entry hazards this match, which really sucks for me. So I'm already at a huge disadvantage. So I go into my Slow King here and I just go for the Toxic because I know anything he really wants to switch into, like, I mean, unless he has a poison type, it's not really going to want to take the Toxic like a Sweeper or a Wall. It's not really that big of a deal. So, right off the bat, I know since he went for the Body Slam, he's probably a stockpile set, because I don't think Quagsires run that unless they're a stockpile set, but I could be wrong. And yeah, he gets the Paralyze in the first turn Parahacks, which I'm not really complaining about, because it didn't really, excuse me, matter, because I have the Slack off, and I can just recover all of that, and I have a Heal Beller on this team. So, I'm not too worried about this, like, Paralyze right now, so he goes for Body Slam again, and I just go for my Psychic because it is Stab, and Quagsire doesn't have the greatest special defense in the world, so I figured it would do a pretty good chunk, and it does a fairly good chunk. With the Toxic damage, in conjunction with that, he's going to be taking lots of damage every turn, and probably by next turn he is going to be taken down, so that's great for me. So I actually kind of predicted the switch here, so I go into my, what's this thing? Licky Licky, that's it. My NU Snorlax. He goes for the Body Slam still, just kind of sacrificing this thing, because since it is poison, it's not that big of a help anymore. Like, if he stockpile, he probably doesn't have Recover, or he might have Recovery, like Stockpile, Recover, and 2 attacking moves. I'm not quite sure, because I don't really, like, run Quagsires, but his Body Slams are actually doing nothing to me, and I just go for the Heal Bell, because I don't really want to get paralyzed later on in the game. I mean, I could have done it later, but I decided to do it now because even if he does paralyze me, I can just go for Heal Bell and then, like, it's perfectly okay. So I do believe I just go for the return to finish him off, or I switch out of here. No, he stays in, goes for the Waterfall. I guess he was hoping for, like, the flinch or something like that, because he knows I have a Heal Beller, so there's no point in going for Body Slam. But I just go for the return, and that's actually going to take it down, which is awesome for me. So, like, it wasn't a huge threat to his team, but it was like a big wall, which kind of sucked. So he brings in a Claydol, which is actually a UU Pokemon. He didn't know it was UU, like, so it kind of sucked for me. I was at a disadvantage, but you know, I didn't really care. I decided to keep battling, so I just go for the Toxic, and a Toxic Claydol is basically garbage. Like, Claydol is worthless enough as, like, already. Like, personally, I don't know why it is in UU. Like, I don't know. I go for the Wish here, thinking he's gonna want to, like, maybe, like, explode or something. Because if he explodes, I'm pretty sure this Licky Licky can take the explosion. But I think he's actually a Choice Scarf set. And he actually, I think he felt bad for bringing a UU. So he stays in, just basically sacrificing his, Claydol, but you'll see later, he does switch it out, so I don't know what he was doing. I do believe he, like I said, he was just kind of feeling bad because he did bring a UU, which I didn't really want him to do that, but I mean, that's just how it really turned out. In a few turns, he is actually, oh no, he's not. I guess he misclicked the first few times. Okay, never mind. So he goes for the Ice Beam, really does, like, nothing because of Thick Fat, I do believe. Or I have Own Tempo. I think Thick Fat is, like, a Dream World ability, and those abilities weren't, like, in 4th But anyway, I do believe I have Own Tempo, or I could be wrong. I could have Thick Fat. I really don't know. I'm going to check it after I record this, because I feel bad now. Anyway, he is going to switch. He goes into his, what's this thing? Mr. Mime, I'm going to predict the switch, go into my Slow King here, knowing that even if he, like, to get the Wish, actually, because, like, I know I would have been at, like, around half HP, and now I'm basically at full, which is awesome. So he goes for the Thunderbolt. Now, I knew even if he was Specs, I should be able to take that because it is Unstab. I mean, although Mr. Mime has pretty high special attack, it's not, like, Alakazam high or anything like that, so I went for the Toxic, because Mr. Mimes also can be a pain to take out. Like, I mean, although this one is not a special defensive one, Like, because I'm pretty sure he's choice scarfed, and even when a choice scarfer is poisoned, it's still kind of good. So I'm gonna switch into my Licky Licky here, knowing he's probably gonna go for another Thunderbolt, and Licky Licky can take Thunderbolts basically like all day long and take them as it's as his job. So that actually, never mind, that did a pretty good chunk, but I know I can lift 2 more of those, get my wish off, and basically be at full HP again. So this is going to work out nicely for me. So he's going to switch, go into his jump luff here. Now, voice crack, I really wasn't too scared of this jump luff because I do have a Choice Scarf Pokemon on my team that I know outspeeds him. And so, knowing that he has it now, it's good for me. So I'm gonna switch into my what's this thing called? I keep forgetting its name. Slowking. That's it. Slowking. Thinking he would probably go for like Sleep Powder, and Slowking is really the only thing on my team right now that I want Sleep Powdered, because I do have a Heal Beller, like I said earlier. Licky Licky can Heal Bell, so I can wake him up later if I wanted to. So he goes for the Sleep Powder, misses, which kind of sucks, but it actually really didn't even matter. You'll see later. That Psychic does next to nothing, which really does suck. And he goes for the Sleep Powder again. So Slowking is asleep, which is kind of helpful because I do have a Sleep Fodder right now. Sleep Fodder. Even though I do have a Heal Beller on my team, I still want a Sleep Fodder. So I go into Pinsir knowing he's going to either sub or Leech Seed, and he does go for the Leech Seed, which is great for me because I kind of predicted that. So he's almost trapped in a corner. He's going to have to switch because he's assuming I am Choice Scarfed, so he's going to switch, go into his Mr. Mime. Actually, he probably predicted the Stone Edge and thinking he could take one. But I go for the X-Scissor because it's still stab, and it is regular effective on a Jump Luff, and I figured it would kill at that HP, so X-Scissor is going to take down the Mr. Mime, which is great. He's down to, I think it's 5'6" or 6'4", I really don't know. He goes into a Swellow, and I'm like, yes. Yes, I'm mad. I'm very mad right now. Because he thought this thing was NU too, and I'm like, how do you think Swellow was NU? This thing is, like, monstrous, but oh well, I really wasn't complaining too badly. Because I do have this Licky Licky, and I'm, like, 100% sure I can live a Facade at half HP, and that is exactly what I do. I live it with, like, what, 4 HP, 5 HP, I think? Oh, 6 HP, okay. And I just go for the return, wanting to get some damage, because this Licky Licky, it's kind of screwed right now, so I'm just basically going to get that little bit of damage that I can get on it before he takes this Licky Licky down, because, like, it's at such low HP, even because I don't have Protect on this Licky Licky, so I can't just go Wish and Protect and stall him out of, like, burn damage, so that really sucks. Like, not having Protect kind of bit me in the ass there, but I do have a Pinsir that is Choice Scarfed and that I know can outspeed the Swellow and go for the Stone Edge, or no, Close Combat, never mind. I actually should have went for the X-Scissor because, or Stone Edge, I mean, because his final Pokemon, like the final 2 Pokemon that he has, or 3, whatever, is kind of weak to that, so that kind of sucks. He goes into his Noctowl here, and I know Close Combat will do probably around half damage to him, but I don't want to be taking, like, a lot of damage, so he just goes for the Nightshade to finish me off. Voice crack again, sorry. I go into my Slowking here to take that because I know I can take around 4 of those with leftovers, so I'm not sure if he knows that, but I can take those quite well. And by the time, like, I wake up, I can just go for the Slack Off, or Toxic, never mind. I guess I don't know if I predicted to wake up that turn, but nonetheless, he's poisoned now. And I've basically poisoned all his walls, like everything on his team is almost useless, and I can stall it out. Because that's basically what this team does. This team just really induces really, really long battles. And I like that because that's the kind of style I like. I don't know if you guys like watching these really long battles, but probably not, though. I mean, I like playing them because it's really thought out, and I have to, like, do a lot of switching and stuff like that. And I don't know, I think it's a fun type to play. But, I think I'm going to win this stall war because his only attacking move is, what's that called? Nightshade, which only does 100 damage, and my Surf is doing probably around, like, 100 damage, if not more. And he does Whirlwind me out, which actually does help me because the toxic damage resets, and I get like roared or whirlwinded into my what's this thing called? Hitmonchan, that's it. My Shemale. So I do believe I just go for the Ice Punch, knowing that like the rest of his Pokemon are gonna take a lot of damage from the Ice Punch. So I do believe he has Claydol, this thing, and Jump Pluff left, or I might have killed the Claydol. I don't know. I go for the Ice Punch, and I do believe this thing lives it, if my memory serves. Yeah, it does live it with like a little bit of like a nub of HP, but he's just gonna Whirlwind, and I'm gonna be Whirlwinded into my Slowking again, which is pretty awesome because his Jump Pluff can't like hurt me, because all it can do is really Leech Seed, and by the time he Leech Seeds, excuse me, I can just go for Psychics and stuff like that, and he'll be at pretty low HP. So, I'm sitting at pretty close to full, but with the toxic damage, I'm not going to be able to stay in too many turns. So he goes into his, what's this, Claydol, and there's police cars outside. Really? Why? God damn it. Honestly? Really? Okay, just circle around my house. That's good too. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I go for the Surf. That's going to take his Claydol down. And I do believe his final Pokemon is this Jumpluff, and this Jumpluff is really annoying. It deserves the spot in NU that it has. Like, it's not going to go any higher because I doubt they're ever going to change the 4th-gen tiers at all, but this thing is really annoying. I speed this up to the maximum amount of speed I had, and it still ended up in like a minute long or something like that. So I guess while this is going, I'm just going to talk about stuff like I did get far enough in my black and white game where I can battle again. So if anyone would like to black and white battle me, PM me on YouTube your Skype name. If you don't have a Skype name, just PM me and then I'll work through it there. But let's see. I'm still looking for 4th-gen battles, so if anyone really wants a 4th-gen match, I'm up for it. I mean, not a whole lot of people play it anymore, but I still think it's really fun, so that's great. Now, let's see, what else did I want to say? Well, that was really it. I do get a little bit of unfortunate hacks here in a minute. Like, right now, I do believe it slows down. He goes for Sleep Powder, it misses, which just basically ensures the win for me. I go for the Ice Punch, that's going to take his Jumpluff down, like, no problem. So it's a good game, Killer Execute. His link will be in the description, so go check him out. And remember to give the video a like rating if you liked it, give it a dislike if you disliked it. And feel free to leave a comment on the battle, what you thought of it. And yeah.